So I tried Dr. Alan Christianson's 7-day Metabolism Reset challenge, and this is what happened. Now, I recently posted a review of Dr. Christianson's book on this subject, and the book is actually in relation to the full 28-day challenge. So the 7-day challenge is kind of just his little free version of what to expect along the 28 days. And I did the 7 days because, well, one, I reviewed the book and I thought in theory it was really cool, so I wanted to put it into practice. Two, I am an actor in Austin and I do shit-faced Shakespeare, which isn't as bad as it sounds, but it's still a little bit bad. We do Shakespeare and we get one person drunk for the show, and the drunk person changes each show, and we have more people in the company than are in each show, so it ends up averaging out to about one drunk show per month or one every other month. In comparison to how much a lot of people I know drink, that's not a ton of alcohol in your system, but it is a ton all at once, and for someone who doesn't drink outside of that except for very special occasions, it hits you like a ton of bricks. So I actually had a drunk show last Saturday and I decided to do the 7-day liver detox starting the following Monday. Gave myself Sunday to prepare, started it on Monday, and it is now the following Monday when I'm filming this. And yeah, so my last day was yesterday. Wanted to give you guys kind of what my take of it was. Quick synopsis of me before that. I eat adrenal reset diet guidelines. I talk about that in my PCOS video, which I will link down there. And that has helped me regulate my hormones a lot. And I liked that this book was also written by the same guy who takes hormones into consideration when trying to treat the liver as well. They have similar guidelines, but they're still different. That being said, I was eating pretty healthy, so lots of veggies, protein, fiber at each meal, healthy fats, things like that. So it's not like I had a shit diet. And I like to work out, clearly. Hi, you guys are meeting the bun today. Hello. So going into it, I had a really healthy profile. I had just gotten my first period in 2 years, again, mentioned in the PCOS vlog about how I'm trying to manage these hormones naturally. So it's not like I was eating fast food. It's not like I have an imbalanced thyroid. It's not like I have any documented health issues other than the PCOS, which is being managed, obviously. My first take on this diet, even just when reading the book, is that it is for people who are not at that level yet. They're people who are struggling to eat a lot of vegetables. They're people who have tried a ton of different ways to lose weight, and maybe it works for a little bit, but it comes back, or they just can't stick to a program or whatever. So that was indicated to me just by reading what Dr. Christianson puts in the shakes. And you can watch my review of the book where I break that down. That'll be linked below as well. But just as a nutrition coach, that was my first take on it just in reading the book. This program is shake, meal. You have 2 shakes for breakfast and lunch, 1 shake each, breakfast, lunch, and then dinner is just what they call a lean and green meal. So lots of veggies, some good healthy protein, and some starch to help with your digestion and your gut health and your sleep, etc., etc. And the shakes aren't anything where like you have to buy his shake. He does have a shake that you can purchase. I personally love it. I think it's delicious, but that's more so because he's like, I know that these shake requirements are kind of weird. It's weird that he requires as much protein in it that he does and as much resistant starch, which is something that a lot of doctors don't focus on. So he just created a shake formula that has both of those things already in it, so it's easier for you. But by no means does he require you to drink his shakes. He gives you plenty of recipes and ways to work around that and make your own resistant starch, make your own protein, well, get your own protein that you want to use. And it's not like you have to buy my shake to do this program. No. I feel even a little silly going day by day with this because I usually do longer challenges, like a month. So people doing a 7-day challenge, I'm always just kind of like, nah. But no, I actually felt differences from day to day. So we're gonna go day to day. 1 to 2, I felt fine. Part of this program is no working out hard. And that's obviously, I'd like to do that. So that was something where I just ended up having more time in my day than I was used to. and I just used it to get more work done, or honestly to sleep a little bit more. But that's all I really noticed on days 1 and 2 was like, oh, there's a little bit more time in the day. The shakes were totally fine. It didn't bother me really. I thought I was gonna be bothered by the fact that I couldn't like eat stuff, but you can eat unlimited veggies throughout the day as well. So I would snack on like mini bell peppers or celery or broccoli or something like that, carrots. So things like that. Day 3 was when I actually noticed something change, and day 3 was when the exhaustion hit. Now, Dr. Christianson does talk about the sleep debt and how people who have clogged livers might notice some fatigue when they start cleaning it out, because the body needs you to just chill, go to sleep, let us deal with this crap in your liver and get it out, and sleep allows your body to just kind of focus on that rather than daily happenings of life. So days 3 and 4, I was very tired. Like I canceled a mic that I was on one of those nights. I didn't go out the other night. I was very, very tired, which is a good sign that the liver was doing what it needed to do with this reset. So cool, but it was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm on my period, and it wasn't fun. Through day 4, I hadn't even gone on a walk as far as movement goes, and I sit a lot when I work, so I'm an online trainer. I call myself a lazy trainer, but that being said, I sit a lot when I work, so I definitely was not being physically active enough, and I allowed myself to skip 4 days of even going on a walk just because the program kind of requires it, and if you're that fatigued, you just don't want to. So I prioritized sleep. I know day 4, I literally slept in later than normal and then also took a 2-hour nap and then also went to bed early that night. So day 5, I did go for a walk, and that actually helped me feel better throughout the day. I think that helped increase my energy a little bit. And I had actually been dealing with a little bit of a sore low back, which I've never had before. And I was blaming it on the fact that I was sitting even more than normal because I was so tired and things like that. So I went for a walk, and it seemed to help the sore low back for a little bit. And so day 5 was when the sore low back was the worst because I had been sitting for 4 days. But incorporating a walk on days 5, 6, and 7 helped energize me throughout the rest of the day. I didn't notice a difference in my hunger levels because of it, and my sleep got even better because I had been tossing and turning from the sore low back. So that was great. Now, the results. I have my notes right here to help me because there was some cool stuff. So my digestion got very regulated. I was doing a movement 1 to 3 times a day, usually at least 2. So that was cool. Lots of plants, and I wasn't irregular before, but it was just a little more regular. Lots more plants even than I was eating. My stress felt very low, even though I wasn't able to go work out or things like that. I felt like I had so much time, and maybe it was just because I was skipping the workouts, but I was not stressed with my work at all, which I thought was very cool. And that was good because it also helped decrease all of the chemicals, the cortisol, all that stuff that your body's trying to flush out anyway. Decreasing just how much stress you feel mentally is very helpful. I already mentioned I slept a lot. I would list that in a benefit as well, especially once the low back issue got resolved. My sleep was just very, very good. It wasn't bad before, still was very good during this, so I would say that's a benefit. I think people who are sleeping poorly will probably feel a lot more improved sleep when they try this challenge. And I'm actually down 1 inch on my waist. Now, like I said, I had a drunk show 2 days before I started this, and I had also just finished my period, so I'm sure there was some bloat from both of those things. I didn't necessarily need to lose 1 inch on my waist. I had a healthy waistline to begin with, but I lost 1 inch on my waist, so that happened. I did not weigh myself beforehand because Dr. C wants to focus more on waist loss and not weight loss, so I didn't even weigh myself, quite honestly. Sorry. So my tips if you're going to try this challenge, and even if you go into the 28 days, would be to definitely go on a daily walk. Doesn't matter what time of the day. I would suggest more in the morning just to kind of get things moving, and I think it helps regulate digestion a bit more. I always feel like, I'm moving things around in there, if you know what I mean. I would also highly recommend you mix up what shakes you're drinking. I actually wrote a free ebook with shake recipe ideas that I will link below. and you can download it if you're gonna try this challenge, or even if you just want some smoothie recipes. But you will get bored if you try to drink the same thing over and over again. So definitely have a plan for like, okay, I wanna make XYZ different types of shakes throughout the week, because you'll hate the shakes if you're not actively trying to make different flavors. Besides the low back pain and being very tired, I would say the last thing that was very odd to me that I wasn't expecting was how much I craved savory food for lunch. And I don't think I cheated, but like I tweaked how I was doing my lunch shake for the last 3 days, which I think really helped how I was feeling. Instead of doing one of my sweet shake recipes like I have in an ebook linked below, I created savory recipes. So I made a lentil butternut squash dal recipe that I'll link below as well. And it was just, lentils, butternut squash, lots of good fiber, lots of healthy carbs, a little bit of healthy fat in there. And I would just blend that up with some protein, which sounds gross, but I used an unflavored collagen protein. Link that below as well. Yeah, you don't even taste the protein. It makes you feel really full, and it totally satisfies the savory craving for lunch. I don't know if you're gonna deal with that, but I for sure did. I didn't realize how much I like my savory lunches. So that was something that I wasn't expecting at all, and that's how I dealt with it. All right, tip number 3, allow as much rest as you need. Like I said, I slept in, took a nap, and went to bed early all on the same day. You might not feel as much as I did, but I definitely felt that, and highly, highly recommend you allow as much rest as you need. And that is beneficial to the liver clearing out. So it's in the book. My last tip is to try the free 7-day one. It's totally worth it. Even if you don't know if you want to do the 28 days or you're worried about it, try the free 7 days. It'll give you a good idea of where you're at. It'll reset your liver a lot, and you'll feel better for it. So at least do the 7 days. All right, guys, that is all I have for you on my experience with the 7-day Metabolism Reset Challenge. And if you have tried the full thing, if you've tried 21 days, 14, 7, 20 and a half, I don't care. Let me know. Let me know if you tried any of this, what your thoughts on it were, and how you were feeling afterwards, and what your results were. I'm super interested. I know a lot of people have been reporting a ton of waist loss, and people who are taking their weight before and after have noticed a lot of pounds dropped too, which is pretty cool. So yeah, talk again soon.